Hello, hello. My name is Tony, and today I am going to be talking to you about mastering the Mars transit. It is hot in here, but um, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about embodying the Mars energy and learning to use its energy to help you heal. I have my Martian wig on. I love over the summer. I really got into wearing wigs. I started watching that show, Schitt's Creek, and Moira, one of the characters, she has all these crazy wigs. And I thought, well, I don't have anything else going on. I might as well start investing in some fun wigs. And I did. And now I'm wearing them and I just love doing it. Okay, anyway, so. So again, I'm Tony Black. I'm a graduate of the Angel Alchemy Academy. I am thrilled to be here today, and we're going to be talking about the Mars archetype and how you can use Mars energy to help you achieve goals, to help you set boundaries, to help you call on it for motivation, um, and also to help you with, sometimes we need a little passion in our lives, a little oomph. Mars can actually help you with that. I am an astrologer. I am a mind body coach. I'm a life coach, certified life coach. I do lots of different things. By day, I am a teacher. I don't know. I like to do all the things. I have a lot of fire energy in my chart as well. So probably noticed that. So we're going to be talking about how you can take advantage of the Mars transits as well today, rather than feeling like they're running your life. One of the things that I love about astrology is that, I don't know how many times in my life I felt like, oh my gosh, I don't have any control over anything that's happening and it's kind of freaking me out and I just really want to hide under a rock. Um, so when I started learning astrology and really picking up, you've probably seen Sonia's little spot. She's done a great job of explaining how you can use astrology to actually help you rather than feeling like, oh my gosh, the gods hate me. The gods don't hate anyone. Okay, you can actually work with it. You can actually work with these energies and help them or help yourself, you know, achieve whatever it is that you really want to achieve. I'm not talking about like manifesting. I don't think that there's anything wrong with manifesting, but yeah, there's a way to do it. And yeah, I think I'll leave that there. So just to name a few transits that we have coming in, we've got Mars square Saturn. That's happening right now, and it's making a lot of people feel like they want to do things, but they can't because Saturn, that's the archetype of Saturn. He's like, no, he's like the dad that's like, I think of Mars as kind of the virile young man, and he wants to do all kinds of stuff. And then you have Saturn that comes in and he's kind of like the older man who's lived a long time. And he's kind of like, you know what? Yeah, honey, I thought that things were going to be that way too, but they're not. And I'm Saturn and I'm going to say no. And so Saturn's kind of like putting the lid on whatever Mars wants to go out and do. So yeah, so when Mars is right now, it's retrograde. And I know a lot of us have probably been feeling that as well. That's frustration. Mars wants to get out there and he wants to play. But at the same time, he's kind of been called indoors. It's almost like a double Saturn sort of situation. Like Saturn, it was like, hey, honey, hey, my boy, come on inside. We're going to close you up. You're not going to be able to do anything. And so Mars is like, why? Okay, so maybe not like that. I love to like play these little scenarios out through my head. Mars is also square Pluto right now. That's a tricky transit. Soon Moon is going to be square Mars. So you're going to be feeling it. And then you're going to have Sun opposing Mars. And you're going to be feeling that. And then the Moon opposition to Mars and Mars square Jupiter. And then we've also got the Moon conjunct Mars. So it's like a big soap opera with Mars right now. He just seems to be a central character. And yeah, for real. It's just, you can just consider him. He might be hot. He might be the hot, like central character. I don't know. Like I've got girls, I've got adult children who are girls, and they love I don't know, anything like Zac Efron, I remember back in the day. I don't know. I have a wife, so that's my thing. So just an aside. So here's a quick rundown of some of the aspects. So if you hear astrologers talking about like the squares and the conjuncts and the oppositions and the trines and the sextiles and blah 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 blah, just so you know that anything that's a square, a conjunct, and an opposition, those are all things that are going to be a little bit trickier to deal with. Um, and then you've got the trines, sextiles, and everything else. Those are more beneficial, and the energy flows much better with a square. A square is like a 90-degree square in a chart. That's when the energy just doesn't flow very well. Okay, you've got a conjunct where one is up right up on the other. And that's a little bit tricky too. You know, it can be tricky, it can be a good thing. It just depends on their relationship and whether or not they're getting along. And sometimes it's whether or not they're getting along for you, or whether or not they're getting along in like the United States Sibley chart, you know, one of those. Um, an opposition is when you have the two planets across from each other. One is like pulling on the energy of the other. So they're like polarized and they're pulling off of each other. It's not fun. Just not fun sometimes. Sometimes it's beneficial. And sometimes, you know, in if you understand your chart, if you get to really working with your chart, you can start to recognize what needs to be done when that polarization happens for in your chart. Trine, sextiles, others, those are usually like good flows of energy. That's when the planets are playing well together, you know, some of them. So so why is there so much fuss about this right now? So Mars is a personal planet, and whenever Mars crosses over key areas in your chart, you're going to really really feel it. It's going to really impact you. So presently, whether you have planets in your natal chart or in the house where your Aries is or not, okay, you'll be feeling Mars, because he's in the sign that he rules right now. So he's pretty powerful. Um, so I'm going to show you a couple of slides. I actually I've been mastering all of this technology with the teaching online and all this stuff. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share this screen. Okay, so here we have, um, okay, yeah. So here are all of the houses. Okay, so your first house is usually it talks about this is about yourself, this is about money, possessions, okay, your appearance, your first impressions, your head, your face, your style. This is your first house. Second house is money, possessions, income, assets. Third house is siblings, school, short trips, goddess, neighborhood, communication. This is from Kelly Surtees. She's an amazing astrologer, and this comes from her. The fourth house is all about the past, your father, home and family, lineage, private matters. It's also your when you come home, what your home environment is like, what you feel comfortable with. That's your fourth house. Fifth house is all about children, creativity, pleasure, romance, good fortune, sex. And the sixth house is all about health, wellness, routines, work, pets. Seventh is about relationships, the marriage, your partner, whatever. Eighth house is death, debt, taxes, things that have to do with other people, other groups, couples, money, inheritance. And it's also a house of the psyche and psychological, you know, dealing with I have a lot of planets there. Anyway, the ninth house is travel, study, religion, international stuff, you know, expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter. It's very fun, Sagittarius house. Faith, divine, God. 10th is career, fame, reputation, profession, public. 11th is your hopes, wishes, community, good spirit, friendship, groups, luck, all that fun stuff. And the 12th is they used to call that the house of undoing, but I don't view it that way. It's where you tend to escape anything that seems to be hiding from you, from your consciousness. It's anything that you need, that you're releasing in this lifetime, anything that, yeah, anything that's unconscious right now. So this is the house system that we use. And when you look at a chart like this, what you want to do, if you look at that, at the house system, you want to, and then, okay, so we look at this house system, and you just, usually the Aries rules the first house. Aries is in the first house. Mars rules Aries. So Mars would be a first house. It would be in the first house, typically. Like it's the first house is a Mars house. It's all about me, that your appearance, your first impressions, your head, your face, your just the way you would present yourself to the world. It's there, and a lot of people's ascendant also falls in that first house. So it's the way that you present yourself to the world. When we look at, I love to look at this. This is a fun chart to look at. This is Marie Antoinette's chart. I think you probably remember, a lot of people remember the way, going back into your history lessons. Marie Antoinette is famous for saying, let them eat cake, but she actually never said that, but it was definitely the perception of the people who, basically just didn't want to see her in the position that she was in. If you'll notice that she's got, let me see, I'm going to move this over. I've got my notes right here. So yeah, she's got Taurus, like over here. So Taurus, if I go back here and I look, so her Taurus is right here. Her Taurus is in where the 6th house is. Okay, that's where her health is. Health and jobs, and if you're an employee, like it tells what kind of an employee you are. So she's got Mars, and she's got Pluto, and she's got Venus, and she's got her North Node in Taurus. This is really actually fascinating to me. When I looked it up, I thought, oh, this is just perfect. So Taurus is one of the most sensual signs, with Mars sitting right on it. And it's conjunct Pluto right here. Okay, conjunct, that means that Pluto and Mars are sitting right next to each other. It's and Pluto is a planet of just really uncomfortable transformative experiences. If you're having a Pluto transit, it's just going to be, but then at the end, it's like, oh, that was really no fun, but I'm really glad that I'm here now, that sort of thing. And it's right next to Venus. Venus is right here. Okay. Oh no, that's not, yeah, that's Venus. Okay, so we've got Venus, Mars. Isn't that cute? Venus and Mars together. Okay, you'll see something in a minute and you'll just be like, oh, that is cute. Okay, so it's right next to Venus, the planet that's associated with values. And Venus, she certainly became, okay, so Marie Antoinette, she certainly became a figurehead for what it means to live life in accordance with your own values. So, and if you don't, you might say lose your head. Okay, so she also had her sun in Aries. So here's the sun right here. Here's Neptune. Here is Mercury, all in Aries. Okay, and we're going to talk about that now. So Aries, again, is ruled by Mars, and Mars is associated with acting. Mars is also associated with acting impulsively. Aries is associated with acting impulsively. I know I've got my moon in Aries, and so a lot of times I do act impulsively. So, along with Neptune, okay, it looks like the trident that Neptune, the Roman god, has. That's the planet that's associated with illusion, dissolving, and it has Mercury right here. That's Mercury in Aries, and Mercury is communication. So she likely never, so although she might likely never said anything like let them eat cake, those 3 planets right there in that spot um, probably it definitely corresponds with whatever happened in her life. So yeah, Jupiter is in Virgo. I thought this was another interesting piece. Here's Jupiter, here's Virgo, and this is the 10th house. If we look back here, that's the 10th house. Okay, so here's the 10th house, Jupiter in Virgo. MC is a very important point too. I won't talk about that right now, but it's in the 10th house. So the 10th house is the house of what others perceive of you as well. It's your public self. It's what you project into the world. So not in the self sort of way, but more professional sort of way. Um, so she likely never said anything, although she not likely never said anything like that. Others perceived that she felt that way. So that would be the Jupiter Virgo in the house of public persona, opposing her Mercury in Aries. Okay. So those two opposition, okay, they're pulling on each other. You've got Mercury that's like, I think, I communicate, I do this. And then you have Jupiter in the public persona that wants to get out there and say and do whatever it wants. You can see how that really worked out for her. Not so great. So, so in looking in this chart, it's just no surprise that she said something off the cuff that ended up with her imprisoned and later executed. So today we're gonna focus on, let me see, I'm gonna stop this share. Okay, there we go. And I lost my notes here. I'm gonna pick them up. That's not what I want. Nope. I apologize if this is taking a second. Yep. I seem to have lost my notes. Aha, there they go. Okay, so today we're going to focus in a meditative way on Mars, the ruler of Aries. And the questions that we have are, number one, what is courage? Number two, can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be fearless? So again, if you want to close your eyes just to feel this in your body right now. What is courage? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be fearless? And the second is, what is vitality? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have limitless energy? Again, what is vitality? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have limitless energy? Okay. So I want to show you, I'm going to share my screen once again. Right there. All right. I've got a couple of other images that I want to show you. Oops. Okay. I'm having a hard time grabbing this. Okay. Nope, not that one. Yep. There we go. All right. There's my image of Mars. Okay, so here's the archetype. This is what we're used to seeing in the sky, right? You've got Mars, all right? Whenever we're talking about astrology and people are like, planets have to do with anything else, I don't know. It makes sense to me. My dad was an astrophysicist. That's the way I grew up. And then, and my mom was Catholic. So there you go. That's this. And I always wondered, like, if the moon can affect the tides, and how is it that the planets don't affect us? And I believe that they do. So here is Mars. Okay, it's what we're used to seeing. It's what we saw in our textbooks and all that fun stuff. It stands for swift action, heat spread, acting before thinking, energy and drive. It can mean anger, and it's practical and it wants things solved. And we are hearing a whole lot of some of the more negative aspects of Mars lately, and I wanted to share a little bit more, but Mars is associated with the solar plexus, and if you look up in the sky, Mars is that red planet that is totally visible right now. And I want to show you a couple of other images of Mars. So here is one. Okay, that is I mean, you could often feel this way too, you know, like I am under battle and I've got arrows being flung at me and okay. There are, and Mars is, he's the god of war, the Roman god of war. And so, yeah, he is often associated with, you know, aggression and, you know, let's just go all in. But there is also a more softer side of Mars. And I want to show him to you. Here he is. Look at that. He's passionate. He's the guy that you want to go dancing with, or, you know, Mars can also be in a female, you know, I know this. Mars can be in, you know, another person. That's the person you want to, it's the person that you want to go dancing with, the Casanova, you know. Mars has got stamina, you know, you need him to win the race. Whereas the elder Saturn is form. Okay, Saturn also governs like teeth and, you know, bones and stuff. Mars is more free. He's impulsive, and Aries, it's his own, again, Aries being in his home sign. Mars is in his own home sign in Aries, but he builds up strength and endurance. He is seductive, and where he desires whatever it is that he desires, he's seductive, and where his desires, it's where desires stem up from. I don't even know what I'm saying. Hello. Okay, so yes, he's seductive. And that second chakra right below your belly button, couple, I want to say about 3 inches, 3 finger widths below your belly button, you can sense that that second chakra. That's usually where desire stems from. That's Mars. So yeah, solar plexus, second chakra stuff. You know, it's that feeling of desire. Okay, it's strong, it's fiery, it's passion. You know, and so how can we use this energy at this time? Oh, I want to show you another one. Here's another. Ha ha. There we go. There's Venus. There's Mars. Okay, again, this is Venus and Mars together. The lovers, so sweet. So here you've got Venus. I looked specifically for pictures of Venus and Mars, where Venus was clothed and there Mars doesn't have its clothes on. Because usually, you know, society. Anyway, so how can we use this energy at this time? Oh, yeah, I picked this one too, because I mean, Mars is, he's kaput. He is tired, you know? Good job, Venus. So yeah, this is an adult program. How can we use this energy at this time, as he is spending an extremely long time in his home sign. So our Mars right now, he's a retrograde. I'm going to stop this share right now. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, our Mars that we see in the sky. Okay, you have a Mars that's in your chart, but we also have the Mars that's transiting in the sky. It's moving around in the sky right now. It's being pulled to gather resources for whatever is coming up right now. He's spending 6 months in his home sign. He usually spends only 2 months in a sign. He doesn't go retrograde very often. He's spending 6 months in his home sign. Okay, so this is like, what? It's crazy. Like all of this energy, right? He's just building up all of this energy. I think of Mars, and he's just smoldering, and he's fiery, and he's smoldering, and he's just hanging out in this fiery place, right? So you have this power in you. You have this Mars energy inside of you too, which is just mind-blowing. So when you know that Mars is out there and he's kind of spending his time and smoldering in his own little house, like his hot little house, you know, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel it in your body as well. So there are a couple of mudras that I would love to show you. One of them, I am a total mind body freak. I love this stuff. But one of them is this one. It's a Surya Mudra. Okay, it's a gesture of the sun for activating the fire element. And what you do is you take your ring finger and you close it with your thumb like this. Okay, and to activate, to bring on some energy, this is a really good mudra to try. Okay, you can put it on your lap, you can sit with it, breathe with it, just notice what happens as you do this. Okay, and it is: the radiant sun of my inner being fills me with abundant energy. The radiant sun of my inner being fills me with abundant energy. So use this. This would be a good this is a good mudra for Mars. Martian mudra. Ooh, Martian mudra. Use Martian mudra. Okay. It's going to be balancing your digestive system. It's really good for your digestive system. It elevates fire. So if you're feeling really kind of, it's going to elevate that fire. And right now, with the retrograde energy, Mars is kind of like, it appears as though it's moving backward. I heard one time, this is a really good, might be jumping around a little bit, and I apologize. I do that a lot. Mars. So planets don't actually move backward in orbit, but it looks like they do. So it's almost like, when you have a train, two trains traveling, the same speed in the same distance, they're going the same direction, but once one speeds up, it looks like the other is, moving slower, is going retro, it's going backwards. That's kind of what's happening. Okay. So yeah, that's what's happening. So all right. So again, Surya Mudra, it's a good one. It also balances earth, fire. It's good stuff. Another mudra that I want to teach you is this one here. It is the Dharma. It's called the Dharma Pravartana Mudra. I probably said that wrong, but it's balancing all 5 elements. Okay, you got earth, air, fire, water, ether, spirit. You're going to put your thumbs together. You're going to put your fingertips together. Okay, and that's going to balance. One of my very favorite things to do is whenever I'm feeling like antsy, put your hands together like this, put it together. And I will actually move around just, with my fingertips together, sometimes making that a bigger mudra. You can move your fingertips around like that. It helps. Or if you're in your office and you just have a second, it may look like you're praying or something. I don't know. Or put them in your lap at a meeting when someone says something dumb. Could be helpful. Okay, so yeah, it balances all of the elements, kind of balances all of those polarities that we've been talking about. Earth is going to be, I feel really, really down, and then if you have fire, it's like, I'm feeling really, really antsy. You have too much water. If you're feeling too watery, that means, I'm feeling so emotional. And then you have also, airy, that's like, I'm way up here in the clouds, and you keep wanting to do things, but you just don't have any earth to do it. You don't have any, you can't really make things practical. Can't put I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an analogy. I can't do it. Anyway, so yeah, so having too much of one thing is really hard on your system. So when it's bringing them all together and finding that center point. It's really, really important. It's very helpful. So channeling your Mars energy for achieving your goals. You want motivation, you want passion, you want desire, you want to see things through. That the desire to see things through, Mars is going to get you going. We're going to talk about what happens when Mars moves through Aries into Taurus, and that's going to actually keep the momentum going. Setting boundaries, Mars is going to help you with that. You know, Mars is going to help you build up tools for initiating something, you know. Perhaps when Mars moved into, this is a theory that I've got, that when Mars moved into Aries back on the 28th of June, um, there's a good chance that you had really grand ideas. I know I did. I was like, I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm going to get all this stuff done. I'm going to get it all out. I have all this energy. And, or actually, I did. It, for a minute, I think I had energy. It was just like a minute I had energy. Grand ideas. I wasn't, and then eventually, like, I wasn't able to find the motivation or the stamina or the follow through, or I was like, I don't have the tools, I don't have the know-how, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. So maybe, just maybe, this retrograde is a gift to us. That is it's a regathering point. In retrogrades, it's all about the rules of the rule of Rees. You're going to recalibrate. You know, you can go over things again, whatever, you know, anything that has to do with it's a good time to do. So, you know, go over whatever the skills are that you were trying to implement back in, you know, the June, you know, late June timeframe, early July, when things started going absolutely cray. So yeah, you got grand ideas. Maybe let me see, I'm looking at my notes here. A gathering point for us to collect the necessary tools that we need to once again scale the walls of the castle, so to speak. You know, I love any sort of anything, you know, back in the scaling the castle. If you know, you want to storm the castle, you want to scale it, like you're gonna, you know, maybe you try it once and realize it was a failed attempt, and then you got to go back, retreat. Okay, Mars retrograde, retreating. Okay, you want to scale the castle, you want to go, you have visions of doing that. So you're retreating, you're recalibrating, you're going back, you're training again, you're back at boot camp. Sonia, my buddy, she's got this really great thing she's doing on Facebook. Look her up. She's kind of awesome. She's in this group. But yeah, so she's going to, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you set out to do back then, you know, this is the time to build up your skills and to build up your arsenal, so to speak. So Mars is going to be moving into Taurus around January 7th of 2021. Okay, so when Mars moves into Taurus, whatever he attempted to start, whatever Mars attempted to start, or whatever you tried to start while Mars was in his home sign at first, gains momentum. Okay, and then you're going to really start to see this pick up at that time, you know, after you've gained all the skills and recalibrated and done all that stuff. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to my little studio, and I'm going to do a little movement practice for you. And I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to my yoga room, my movement practice room. I practice Nia, which is it integrates 9 different movement forms. It's one of my very favorite ways to meditate, and so we're here because I am going to lead you through a creative movement practice. So basically, all you need to do is find yourself. You just need a small space. There might be some moves that you know, you may not have the space to do. Just do the very best you can. Just make the most out of the space that you do have. If you have a nice floor to roll around on, that's always nice. But if you don't, you know, you could use your bed. You could be creative. It really is all about being creative. But what's really important here during this movement practice is to connect with those Martian feelings. Martian feelings, connecting with the sensations that connect you to Mars, like passion and initiation, strength, risk, endurance, survival. Like your will to survive is connected to Mars, and so that sense of being territorial and fighting disease, fighting depression, um, just sharp, quick movements are all associated with Mars, along with anything that's inflammatory, things that you say or things that even in your body are inflammatory. So well, what the intention is here is to, you might connect to sensations of anger in your body, and what we need to be doing here, what the intention is here, is to move that emotion through your body through movement. That's one of my favorite things to do. That's what I love doing. So a couple of questions that I want for you to focus on as we are moving through this. And I'm going to do a little voiceover so you can hear some of these questions as you're moving through the practice. But one of those questions is, what is courage? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be fearless? And the second question is, what is vitality? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have limitless energy? So that's what we're working on today. And whatever comes up, just allow it to come up. And even if you feel a little bit weird, that's okay. Just acknowledge it, shake its hand, say, hey, yeah, I recognize you. I understand this feels a little bit weird. I don't know what she's doing with her hands. That's okay. It's okay. Any thoughts are okay. Anything that's passing through is okay. Just roll with it. So I hope you enjoy this practice, and let me know at the end if you have any questions about it at all. Okay. All right. Just drop any comments that you have into the comment box. I actually plan on leaving video messages for those of you who have any questions. So yeah. All right. Well, enjoy.
Okay, so we're going to start by sitting down on the ground, and you'll recognize that is the mudra that I taught you earlier on today. It is the Surya mudra. It's the gesture of the sun for activating the fire element. So we're just going to begin by sitting quietly and grounding down to the ground. Sensing your sits bones on the ground. Imagining that cord that extends from the center of your body down and into the ground, all the way into the earth's center. And as you listen to the music, simply allow yourself to start to sway side to side, moving your spine. Imagine every single one of your vertebrae moving, initiating movement. Mars is initiating movement. Sensing for whatever feels good in your body at this moment. And allow yourself to start moving around in circles. Take your spine, keep your mudra, keep your Surya mudra on your knees as you move in one direction all the way around. In as you move forward, and out as you move back. Get ready to change directions. Once again, out as you move back, in movement. Allow your wrists to join in the fun. This is when you can bring your personality in to the movement. Allow your elbows to move in the way that they want to move, and your shoulders, allow your shoulders to join in the fun as well. Just playing with your fingers, playing with the mudra, playing with your eyes. Sensing for courage as you allow your joints to do whatever it is that they feel they need to do. Allowing your body to declare its space. Sensing for courage as you now are moving twisting our knees from side to side. Twisting from side and over to the other side. And whatever feels good, allow yourself to just move in that direction. You can play with taking your legs all the way out. You can even play with maybe making a rainbow with your feet, like I'm doing here. But if you can't do that, if that's not comfortable for you, that's okay. Simply play with that twisting motion with your legs, or activating the fire in the center. And this is the part of the body, that center part of your body, that's the place where Mars governs. Mars governs your digestion and your stomach. Now, if you need to, you can put your feet down on the ground, or you can reach up for them, simply allowing that fire to build, and you can move back and up, kind of making yourself into a V, playing with your feet if you can grab them, stretching them out. Sensing for your will. Allowing yourself to play with your breath. Sensing for strength. Now you're going to roll back and forth. Rolling back and forth and simply pumping. If you want to pump, this is a pumping movement that we're doing. If you feel comfortable doing that. And once again, whatever you don't feel comfortable doing, don't do it. If you feel comfortable, then absolutely feel free. And even if you want to take it up another level, absolutely feel free. This is your practice. It's your Mars. Your Mars is courageous. Your Mars asserts. And Mars is all about straight angles. And so, yes, once again, playing with those straight angles, playing with your legs, and rolling back and forth to the music. Yeah, playing with shooting those legs up into the sky, if you feel comfortable doing that. Once again, we're playing with speed, we're just playing with mobility. I'm playing with the music. Mars is a pretty playful planet. And as you move, what is courage? Think about it. What is courage? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be fearless? As you move around here, fearless like a cat, fearless like a puma, or fearless like a lion. On all fours, moving back and forth, sensing that fire getting stirred up. Ask yourself, what is vitality? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have limitless energy? Simply playing on the ground, playing with gravity, playing with claw hands, play with your spine, playing with your joints, sensing courage in your joints, sensing for vitality in your joints, sensing for limitless energy in your body. Simply move in any way that feels comfortable, any way that feels awesome to you. As you move, ask yourself, how do you get your needs and your wants met? Do you find it difficult to ask? Do you find it easy to ask for what you want? Have you a history of feeling selfish, or were you told that you were selfish? It's time to claim your Mars back. Allow it to come back to you. To turn on the tears. So now you're playing with balance. We're playing with balance as we rock back and forth in a crouching position. Feet on the ground. You can play with, you can have all of your hands on the ground, that's okay. You can simply move back and forth, head back and forth, while you're sitting just like this, that's okay. And of course, another option is to move up onto your feet, kind of like a froggy position. And it's time to practice crow. This is a crow position. If you can do this, feel free. If not, it's just fun to practice. This is courage. We're practicing for courage. Sensing courage. If you can find the courage to do that pose. Playing with the ground. Now it's sensing gravity, sensing safety. Safety to start moving up. Babies eventually need to develop the courage and that sense of safety, enough safety to start to move up and start walking around. And so that's what we're playing with right now, is that sense of, ooh, we're moving up, and now we're moving back down. This ground, it's a safe place. Allow yourself to just do whatever it is on the ground. If you want to do an up dog, you can do that. Simply moving all the way back up, playing with moving up and down. High, middle, low. We're going to move from a low plane, and we're going to begin to start to move up until we can stay up. Feet on the ground. What that feels like. To have your toes on the ground. Sensing the courage that it takes to put one foot in front of the other every single day. And every time you do take a risk, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, which is a beautiful, heartfelt thing. Sensing support of the ground under your feet. Standing mountain pose. Playing with your hands, allowing your body to sway. Stand with your feet in a closed stance, toes together. Again, allowing your body to sway. Allowing your body to continue swaying, moving your hands, listening to the music. So you're going to start lifting your legs. So you're going to lift your left leg out, up, and then you're going to place it back down. And you're going to do the same on the other side. Up, out, and down. And as you move your left leg up, you breathe in and out, up and down. Now you're going to do the same with your right leg. Up, breathe in, out, in, and down. Once more. Okay, ready? We're going to start doing it sideways now. So you're going to place both of your hands together, out to the side, in and down, up, side, in and down. Remembering to breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now this one takes courage simply to be moving backward now, taking your each foot, and you're going to move it backward. We're playing with polarities, forward and back. Sensing for the courage to sense for balance. Sensing the vitality in your body as you're listening to the music. Listening for the tapping. Get ready. You're going to do the same to the front now. Down. Left foot up, out, in, and down. Breathing up, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Moving and breathing. To the side. Once again, sensing for where you need fortification in your life. Because again, when we feel weak, we feel threatened. Sensing for strength. Sensing Mars as you're bringing it up and out and in and back down. Sensing the ground supporting you. Up and out. Now for this next piece, you're going to come down to the ground. Once again, feeling your sits bones on the ground. Breathe. And again, you've got Surya, the fire mudra, playing with your wrists. Allowing yourself to move forward, just grazing your legs with your fingers. And then moving them on in, playing with your arms, playing with all of your joints. Playing with your breath, tapping your legs, sensing for what feels good. As we do this practice, I want you to sense for I am. I am. Do you have the courage to be who you are and to show up as the most magnificent being that you are? Now we're going to begin rolling down on the ground. You're going to allow your chest to come all the way down to the ground and roll forward. Okay, and then you're going to come back up, and then once again, allow your chest to come down to the ground, down, almost like a seal. And then you're going to move your body forward, raising your legs once again. And back up, around. I like to think of this as a wheel, like you've got a big giant wheel and you're cranking that wheel, moving forward, coming back up. And now you're going to start playing with allowing your legs to become wider. After this one, it's going to be almost like a book. Moving on around, okay, and up. So there we go. And with your legs wider, I want you to just move down and allow yourself to stretch downward. Closing, moving down, touching your chest to the ground, and then up and out. Remembering to play with the breath as you do these movements. Graceful with strength and mobility. Next, there we go. We're going to pull back with your knee and your elbow, and then you're going to open up like a book, close your book, and you're going to do the same for the other side, so pulling back with your elbow and your knee, pushing forward, open the book, close it. Continuing to do that for both sides. Opening it up, close it, and you're going to pull it up, and you're going to grab hold of that knee, holding on to it. As if you're Mars and your knee is Venus, you're just going to cuddle with it. And now cross your foot over your other leg, and then you're going to play with moving side to side, allowing your body to fall from side to side. Sensing the bottom of your foot on the ground, and you're going to allow your foot to just hoist you up. Allowing courage to come in so you can just, once again, allow that foot it's going to plant down on the ground and whoop, back down to the ground and rolling down. Playing with speed, force, tempo, listening to the music, allowing the music to move you, moving it in, opening up like a book, closing like a book, moving it in. So we're once again doing this cycle where we're opening, closing, pulling back. Once again, opening, closing, pulling back until, there you go, you're going to hug that knee in, hold it, and allow it to cross over. You can sense that stretch, that twist, and something that the bottom of that foot on the ground as you play with side to side, just the physics of moving side to side. I'm about to say Mars physics. Allowing the bottom of your foot as you hoist yourself up, move it up. There you go. Okay, and it's okay if you stay down on the ground. You don't necessarily need to move your foot all the way. You don't need to hoist your body up. That's okay. Just do whatever it is that your Mars wants you to do. Something for that strength, stability, movement, that sense of survival. Now, Mars is territorial. Really likes this. Once again, what is courage? And can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be fearless? And what is vitality? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have a limitless energy? Hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.
Hey, I believe we are recording. So yes, thank you so much for joining me during the movement practice. We are now back in my room. I had a really good time filming it for you. I hope that you were able to walk away from this session with some good nuggets, some interesting, sort of astrology type stuff. It's kind of my favorite thing right now, and so is movement. So I love to combine all of the things. I don't know. Tony's a little weird like that, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and leave comments below and I will get back to you. Take care. And I am sorry that this couldn't be live, but the lives are in the middle of the night for me. So being over here. All right. Take care. Enjoy. Bye-bye.